Hello, everyone. Welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. This is the good, the mad, and the unholy, a Haunted West game. I, of course, am Steven, your balladeer. And this, what type of posse is this? Last week, you were the penultimate posse, right? So that makes you guys, this week, the post-penultimate posse. Or maybe we should just call you the PPP. Say hi, PPP.
Hi, PPP.
Hi, PPP.
Hi,
Hello.
PPP.
There we go. I just wanted you all to make goofy noises, and it worked.
There's a less painful way to do that. You just ask us.
Can you all say PPP?
PPP. I would have done it.
PPP.
Can we say hi post penultimate posse?
Hi,
No.
post penultimate posse.
That's
There
too
we go.
complicated.
Yeah,
That's
too
why I
many
shortened this.
Okay. Oh my god.
Okay, Jeff's like, God damn it! I told you this was the worst pun.
I'm just watching.
I told you it was the worst
viewership
option.
drop. Yeah, it was pretty bad. You were right.
So last
wow.
week, sorry, what you wanted to throw an insult in there? It's
No,
fine.
the viewership went negative there for a moment. I didn't know it could do that.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Well,
I'm all powerful is what it comes down to. Last week, the posse continued their investigation looking for the demon Zeke in the town of Perseverance. They started by going to the doctor's house to try and get a breakdown of the autopsy on the bodies that they found earlier. That did not go as well as they would like. A chair was thrown through a window, and Josephine was called out to a duel before too much could be learned from the autopsy. She, of course, easily won her duel, but the outbreak of violence shocked the doctor, who then returned to the office and locked the door, barring you from getting any more information from her. The posse then decided to go over to Shanna's house to try and figure out if there were any clues there, as Shanna was reported as near the scene of a burglary. It was there that the posse found quite a gruesome sight. There was a seance happening? No, not a seance, as the table was surrounded by human scarecrows. Literally, the skin of humans stuffed with straw. Shanna, however, was nowhere to be found. The posse did battle with these scarecrows as they animated and tried to spew straw right into the lungs of the posse. Posse, of course, managed to escape and, without fail, managed to burn down another house in this arc. Shanna, your house has been burned down. I am sorry to inform you. The posse is currently gathered outside the back of Shanna's house, watching it go up in flames. What are the three of you doing? Shanna, you are not here right now.
I think we're trying to contain it so it doesn't spread too much.
Right. I think so. Where's nearest well or water source or anything with that?
You're actually not too far from the edge of town, so you have the option of going to the river nearby. It's still somewhat swelled up from rainfall the past few weeks. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a hike to the well. It's really about the same distance. It's still a few hundred yards to either one.
Can Purdy just call out for a bucket chain, fire, that kind of stuff? I figure like that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, sorry, go ahead, Leoben.
how close is the closest structure to this?
She is on a lot that's near a tent on one side, and then there's an empty lot on the other. So she's not too close. There's no real threat of the entire town going up. There could be a few tents that go up.
I mean, is it easy to put the fire out or just move the tents?
We could definitely move the tents, but we should probably try to do both. So move the tents and vent. Let's go start a chain, and et cetera, et cetera.
All right. Yeah.
You guys are calling out for a bucket chain. There were already some people walking on the streets that started yelling fire. So there's a community response happening. A crowd's beginning to gather. People are bringing blankets, buckets of water as quickly as they can. Leoben, you start going to the nearest tent to just like yank it away, try to protect the property as well as you can. It's full of all sorts of trade goods. It seems to be like a pop-up hardware store. They've got just like tools and things like that in there for sale. Most of it's boxed up. So with a bit of help, you'll be able to pull it all away. Vint and Purdy, you start going through. Oh yeah, Jeff, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention we have a giveaway tonight. I got so distracted by that pun. I got so excited for a bad pun. We have a giveaway tonight. We are giving away the Haunted West core book, 800 pages of haunted Weird West goodness. We will be doing that about halfway through the session because I have already drove us into negative viewership, so we need viewers to come to actually join the giveaway. Back to our fire. Purdy and Vint, you start trying to form a bucket chain. Someone's called for the local firemen. There's a town volunteer that has a wagon with a giant barrel in there. So messenger has gone to him to try and get the wagon over here as fast as possible. As the three of you are working, you see in this crowd a familiar face. You see Shanna watching from a distance. She's not near the house. She's sort of in the back of the crowd with a lot of the women and children that are just watching as other people are like actively working to put out the fire. Give me observation checks, the three of you, to see which one of you is going to spot her first.
Would I be included in that since I've never seen her?
Yeah. You've been in town for a little bit, and right. You actually didn't see her in the cave. I'm misremembering that. No, you're not included, Leoben.
All right.
You get a 725.
68 under 70.
All right, Vince. So you've only seen her as a hallucination in the caves in Arc 2. But once you see her, you remember because that scene made an impact on you. What are you doing?
Father Purdy, I don't mean to alarm you, but she looked familiar.
Purdy looks over. He goes, ah! Oh, it is Shanna. Shanna. Yeah. She's the one that owns the house. She's the one who made them scarecrows. We got to get her. We got to get her right now. We got to see if Zeke's in her. And if Zeke's in her, we got to squelch him right now.
Shanna, what?
The rest of them can get the bucket. This is more important.
Shanna, what are you doing in this crowd?
So Shanna's standing there, and she kind of like made her way, and she's got a couple of orphans who are just standing in front of her that she's keeping away out of the fire, and she's brushing their hair. Oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then she sees you, and she makes eye contact with Purdy, and she smiles, and then she tries, she gets further into the crowd, and she continues to leave.
She starts pulling away.
I mean, we're going after her, I think. At least I am. I don't know about Vint.
Yeah, I'll hand my bucket off to some nearby onlooker.
Are you calling out for Leoben as well?
Yeah, I'll holler for Leoben.
We're going to say that Josephine is the one who went for the volunteer fireman. So she is not here right now. Thank you, John, for those bits. Those are obviously for me, right? A complication? They have to be.
No, I'm sorry. I took that off the menu for tonight after that pun.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we're up to 9 audience dice now. Oh, we're up to 12 audience dice.
Farco Dev, thank you,
Farco. So we have 12 audience dice, and this is the finale. So frickin' use them. Go nuts.
Right? Yes, I will. I will use them for sure.
Oh, wait.
Shanna pulls away.
Wait. Farco said complications, love. So there you go. You got yourself a
Hey,
complication.
Farco, my man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Complications. All right, so Shanna pulls away. Purdy, Leoben, and Vince start going after her. I am going to use this complication very soon. We're going to go into a chase. All right, so you are going to each have to get a certain number of jacks cumulative. Shanna's going to need to have some jacks to escape from you all, and the three of you are going to need jacks to catch up with her. So, Shanna, we're going to start with you. As you start to pull away, what kind of skill would you like to use to escape here? And you can be creative with this, any sort of skill you'd like. If you want to just straight out start sprinting, that would be like athletics. You can use anything that you can think of creatively. We can try to work for.
What about stealth?
Stealth, absolutely. So you're trying to disappear into the crowd.
Yeah.
Trying to have other people block your silhouette, things like that. Absolutely. Go ahead and roll for it.
Cool. So I needed a 43 and I got a 14.
All right. You needed a 43. You got a 14, which means you got 2 jacks there.
Cool.
All right. So that's a good start for you. As you start to disappear in the crowd, the three of you, let's go ahead and roll initiative for you guys, and that's going to decide the order that you act. Shanna, you don't need to roll initiative here.
14.
14?
Wow.
Yeah, I rolled 10.
Nice, man. 10.
8.
Okay. So it'll be Vint, Purdy, Leoben. Vint, you're going first. What are you doing to catch up with Shanna here?
Good old fashioned foot chase. I'll just run at her.
All right, going athletics.
27 under 43 with the 1 jack.
All right, so you got 1 jack. It's hard to really place where she is, so you're just sprinting towards the crowd, hoping that you'll be able to spot her again. But go ahead and bank that jack. You all need 6 jacks. That is the chase that we're going for here. Shanna needs 6 to get away. Each of you needs 6 yourself to catch up with her. That brings us to Purdy.
Okay. So would it be okay to try to use observation, try to find whether it's just keeping an eye on her or using observation to find like a better way through the crowd?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. I will, again, because it's finale. I'm going to use 3 of those audience dice to kick this up to 100.
Use the audience dice too, because she's a player, right?
I don't know. I think she currently is evil.
Can.
I think
No,
she's
I'm
currently.
not.
Oh no.
I don't know. I think I'm just going to do a CEO call here. You know, that's what it's going to be. I'm so terrible. That's a 25. So 25 under 100.
Under 100.
Yep.
Okay.
I told you, I manipulate the shit out of this game. I feel like Joe all the time.
So that is
Yeah.
7 jacks.
No, Steven.
All right.
Come on. I can only max out at 6.
That's true. You are observing the shit out of this crowd. You start moving towards her. You spot the best way. There's probably a wagon coming through and parting the crowd, and you're using that opening to just kind of slip through. Vint went off a little bit of a different direction. Shanna, as you're disappearing into this crowd, suddenly Purdy just cut you off. He's standing directly in front of you. Leoben, let's go to you.
Yeah. Well, I want to use deception. Now, follow me. There's no reason to dirty my own hands. So I'm going to yell out to everyone listening with the ears. That lady with the orphans, she's got rattlesnake fingers and fire, and she's going to kill a lot of them. Stop her.
That lady with the orphans has rattlesnake fingers.
There's been
Okay,
enough
so
rattlesnakes. I mean, someone will buy it.
on
I
the one
wanna
hand, you
use-
have a captive audience because they're all right there in front of you, looking your direction.
Eh.
On the other hand, they are looking at the fire behind you. So I would say that'd be grueling, but they are like gathered there for you. We'll just call it an even test here.
Hey.
Go ahead and roll deception.
I'm going to use 4 dice. Take it up to 100. But then I got the lucidity, which drops me by 5. So I got to get 95 or less. Let's see what I got. 21. I don't know how much math
What
that
is going on?
Chuck
But
is
it's-
Chuck is
yeah,
such a
that's
quick
7.
learner. He's such a quick learner in this game. I'm so proud.
Goddamn GMs.
He doesn't know the rules, but he's
I know.
definitely bending them to make them work.
Uh-huh.
I thought that all went perfectly fine.
Hey, we're great.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Shanna, Purdy is directly in front of you.
Uh-huh.
And this crowd that was at the fire, it all turns to look at you. No one's really moving to stop you because you have rattlesnake fingers. No one wants to get close to you, but they are definitely watching you right now. Like all eyes are on you. You and Purdy are like face to face. How are you responding to this?
Could you reply to that message?
Sorry, I'm not seeing my
No,
Discord.
you're good.
No.
Okay. So Shanna looks at Purdy and her eyes kind of do that thing that she does when she's having like when she does her seances where they kind of like roll back a little bit in her head and she speaks to Purdy. You must leave. You must leave now. And she's gonna push past him and attempt to run. And then
Okay.
behind her, where Leoben is, where those orphans were, 2 of them fall to the ground and they start screaming in fear at Leoben. And the third one, it has this giant snake that just slowly starts to peek out of the child's mouth, and it slithers down and then gets on the ground and starts wrapping and coiling around the smallest one and choking it to death.
Because we here at Lollygaggers love killing orphans.
Yeah,
Whoa.
they are robot orphans, but we don't know
Robot.
that yet.
It's the Weird West.
Yeah.
Robot
Yeah.
orphans are dying by rattlesnakes. Yeah, this is like you're actually seeing this, Leoben, and Jeff. I'm sure Purdy would, if it was the right angle, he'd be able to look over and see it happening as well as a crowd like parts and begins to move towards these orphans that are just screaming bloody murder. You hear the rattle of the snake. That brings us to actually, Shanna, you said you're going to push past him to run.
Yes.
So I want athletics if you're just trying to move quickly, or it would be fisticuffs if you want to like shove him backwards.
What is my fisticuffs? No, I'm just gonna do athletics.
Remember, you have audience dice too.
That is true. No, I'm good. I got a 17 and I needed a 60.
All right. Purdy, this is going to be contested here.
Mhm.
So would you like to dodge her or parry? How are you responding to her shoving you?
All right, I'll do that if you want me to. However, I have another theory. I would like to throw out,
Theology?
and I'm being serious with this one. She is currently either she's got a demon in her, and going by what you said specifically to me about demon infestations and how they react, they don't react well to religious artifacts. So I was wondering if I could, with the power of the holy book, thrust that out into the universe, show it at her, and then, sermonize like, down, such and such, that kind of thing. Just saying.
I like the argument. I probably should have phrased it better. They do have an aversion to religious artifacts, but it's not that they can't move closer to them. It's that they become agitated or angry by them, but it doesn't have much more power than that. I would say if you use the religious artifact, you can get, we'll say plus 20% to like a dodge or some sort of physical reaction that you want to do here. Fisticuffs if you're trying to like lock onto her, dodge if you're trying to avoid the shove, and you get plus 20% for using the religious artifact.
Okay. I want to take her down. Old man style.
that'll be fisticuffs.
Okay. Honestly, fisticuffs and athletics are the exact same thing. They're both 0. So I'm going to use all of the...
It's 20% now.
I'm going to use all of my dice too. All of my jacks that I have.
Okay. So also, chase jacks do not get banked for future use.
Oh, okay. I will use the remainder of the audience dice. Okay, here we go.
Are you not concerned about the orphans being attacked by snakes right now?
Dude, I'm just going to go ahead and send you a picture of this so you don't think I'm lying. But I got a 4.
The picture makes me think you are lying.
What? I haven't done anything with my hands. So I got a 4 under 50.
I saw the picture. That D20 came up with a natural 4.
That's so good. But
okay.
Yeah, 4 under 50. And I just sent it into the chat.
That is 4 jacks. Shanna, you also were 4 jacks, right? All right. So contested, it's whoever has the most jacks. So in this place, I think defender wins, but it was a tie. So I'm going to say that she goes to shove you, and you're going to be able to like lock arms with her, but you can't quite take her down. You like try to use the momentum to push her down old man style, like you said, but it's not quite going to take her off her feet here. That's going to bump us to Vint. You are about halfway between Purdy and Leoben right now. So you're seeing Purdy struggle with Shanna, and you're also seeing these orphans being attacked by snakes in front of Leoben. What are you doing?
I'm going to catch up to the orphans, the snakes on the ground, and I'll start stomping on as many as I can.
Stomping is
or the snakes?
Fisticuffs on the orphans, of course. This is Lollygaggers. We're going for the orphans. This is our new branding, Jeff.
We haven't cleared this. We haven't cleared this with our HR department.
I'll do fisticuffs.
Okay.
Melissa's here now. Melissa.
32 under 38.
What was that?
32 under 38.
32 under 38. Okay. You go and the one that came out of the orphan's mouth and begins like spiraling around, you immediately go for that snake first, and you stomp right on its head. And you see that as you go, you smash it, you hear the crunch of bone underneath foot, and it's just he's got just a belt around his legs. You pull your foot back, and you see that there was a belt buckle that's crushed. You bent it a little bit, and you dug it into the dirt. The belt kind of looped around his legs, but it's not a rattlesnake at all. Is there anything else you'd like to be doing? That's like a primary action to attack.
I'm just trying to help the kids up, either like untie the belt or disarm it. Whatever I'm able to do.
Yeah. So you're able to you like stomp down on the belt buckle, you kick it away. The kid sees that, and you start to like calm him down. You go to reach for him, and he's still panicked and screaming, but you pull him and stand him up. Leoben, what are you doing?
Bypassing this whole orphan snake thing, 'cause no thanks. Nah, seen enough. Nope. And I'm gonna go stop the snake finger lady
All right.
by overwhelming her senses so that she can't focus to do anything. So I throw a jar of coyote piss at her.
Oh my goodness. That is the throw skill, the very bottom of physique. And chat, you are just fantastic. Thank you so much. You are too generous. We can't thank you enough. Really appreciate it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So there's no audience dice. I used all my jacks.
Oh no! We have audience dice. We have. We've got 10 audience dice in the time since I last rolled, and Steven, you got one more complication.
Okay, 10 audience dice. I'll use 9 of them.
Oh my
Do it, man.
Wait, is the 10
this is
for
how
me?
this game has come off the rails, is that I started this game with like, okay, we can only use 1 audience die per roll. And then I'm like, well, 2 sounds fair. And our audience has been so generous that we're trying to use up these dice by the end of the campaign. And now we're up to 9 per roll,
We're just like in an hour and a half, so we got to use them. You gotta use them.
90
right.
full on the 90 full is what I got to get because I had a 9.
Okay.
46.
Roll a d4 for damage here.
Okay. 1.
Okay, Shanna, you're going to take 1 damage, but you do get to lower it by your gumption,
Okay.
which probably won't get past your gumption.
Yeah.
But you are now covered in coyote piss.
Okay.
It's the old
Sure how
batch.
this
It's
helps
thick.
you.
It heals. You'll be fine.
You
Mostly
and
ammonia.
Jeff you and Purdy are locked hands, Shanna, as this bottle careens towards you, breaks. A lot of it gets on Purdy too, I'm sure.
Not the first time Birdie's been covered in piss, so it's all right.
That is very true.
I am going to use one of my complications before your turn, Shanna.
Actually,
Okay.
you skipped my turn, just so you know.
Did I?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
You went right from Vin to Leo.
Because you were, yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was because I
You
had
were
reacted
reacting,
or not,
and-
so
yeah,
just
that's
want to
my
make
bad.
sure.
That's my bad.
That's why I'm
you
not sure
get
of the
your turn.
rules.
Because of the reacting, you get a minus 20% on your action.
Okay, cool. Can I do theology then? No. So I'm. Can I use my ride skill? It's the only thing I have skills in. Climb onto her back.
You're trying to rush.
Oh goodness!
You can say this. Like, I don't know. This is getting.
I really
You're
need.
getting on me about the PG-13 thing.
So weird.
I meant like the shoulders. I really need somebody who has physical skills to get up here. Because I have a 9 in everything, and a minus 20%. So like, there's literally nothing I can do. Can I just say no, thank you?
You can say no thank you to your turn. Yeah. You do have her. Like, what is your end goal here? Like, you're just trying to hold on to her until someone else.
Oh yeah,
gets
for
there,
sure.
right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a frontline guy, so I'm doing that. I'm trying to just slow her down, distract her. Can I? I mean, honestly, can I start spouting the type of rhetoric that I would use during an exorcism? Which would
Absolutely.
I don't see any.
We can treat it as your the ability you have that causes lucidity damage, if that's okay with you.
Yeah. So that is the. That's the word, which would be a theology call at -20, which still is going to put me on a 59. So, and that is a 67 under 79.
All right. What are you spouting off here?
Okay. So, man, I haven't had to do a sermon in a while, so I'm a little out of practice here. So I would say something along. What would I say? By the power of the highest hills of Appalachia and the darkest valleys of the sun that shines overhead on this green earth, I smite thee, demon. You shall not trouble the people of perseverance any longer. You will not shed me like one of your skins of a snake, for I am stuck to you now, and you cannot rid yourself of me. Something like that.
Something like that. That's great. Roll your lucidity damage.
Okay, so I did get a jack. Can I at least use the jack towards my damage roll? Because I can put that on the damage roll.
Yes. Now you are out of the chase, so your jacks return to acting like normal.
Okay, so that will be and because I got a 1 jack, my books, traditions, and words gives me a second jack. So that'll be 2 jacks. So that's 3 plus 2. So that's 4 points of lucidity damage.
All right. 4, you said?
4.
Okay, Shanna, so you take 4 lucidity damage. That's the second track, the one that has the men, and that one fills up from right to left. I believe you can still lower that by your gumption as well.
You can.
Now I'm going to use my complication.
Quick question.
Yes.
Because I hit 6 during the chase as well off my second roll. So am I still in the chase since I'm locked arms with Purdy, or how does that work?
You hit
Because
your
I needed to
second
get
roll.
I got
Yeah.
4, and before that I had 2.
We're playing this loosey-goosey because the chase rules aren't actually meant for a player to go after a player. It's meant for a player to go
Fair.
after an NPC. So I would say because Purdy got to you
Okay, I'm still locked.
before those next 2, you're still
Yeah.
locked arms.
Fair. Okay, cool.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chris Spivey, for butchering your rules. But using a complication here, Leoben, you would be the first to recognize as this person. Bao Lin shows up along with a few of the workers that you saw from the Can restaurant. You see them coming around a corner, and they immediately see Shanna and Purdy locked arms. And the 3 workers immediately start running towards Purdy and Shanna. Bao is watching them, but she stays around the corner. Purdy, you're going to see this too. You just don't necessarily recognize them for who they are. Shanna, that's going to bring us to your action. What are you doing?
Shanna's gonna headbutt Purdy.
Fisticuffs.
Could I do just straight athletics? Or no, because it's
no. If you were trying to get away, that would be athletics, like a feat of strength. But when it comes to like any sort of brawling or something like that, that's fisticuffs.
Yeah, I'm trying to do.
If you try yeah. So if you're not going to try and cause damage, we can say it's athletics.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Can I have 2 dice, please?
No.
Yep, I'm taking them.
I mean, no, you can't. We don't have any. Chuck, we got one. We got one. I don't think it's cool to take a dice to attack another player, Ashley.
I'm just getting away, and you attacked me.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 26, and I needed a 60. So I'm good to go.
All right. So this is going to be contested again. You got 26 to 60. So you got 3 jacks there. So Jeff, this is going to be your reaction to try and hold on to her again. If you decide not to react, then she'll get away automatically and you won't get the minus 20%. But taking the reaction, you just react normally, do one of your skills, and then your next action on your turn will be at minus 20.
I'm just going to let her go.
Okay. So she starts going.
So the moment that Shanna headbutts you, 5 different Shannas run in different directions.
All right. They all scatter, like mirror image. One of them actually heads towards Leoben. One of them heads towards Vint. One of them actually stays right in front of Purdy. And Shanna takes off. Another Shanna takes off, like past Bowlin.
Yeah, this is easy here. Just use your nose.
That brings us to Purdy's action. Right? Because you were, or no, Vint, you're up.
Vint's first, yeah.
They all smell like piss.
Oh no.
I'm gonna help the orphanage up and shoo him out of here. Like, get going, boys. And then I'm gonna. You said one of the Shannas is running towards me, so I will just run towards it as well.
Okay. What kind of skill do you want to use here? Are you trying to like restrain her? Are you just trying to catch up to her? What are you trying to do?
Yeah, but let's look at head-on collision. So I'll just tackle her, go for a restraint.
Okay, that'll be fisticuffs.
All right. That's a 93 failure.
What did you need?
A 38.
38. Okay. So you go and you straight up just try to tackle her and you go right through her. It was an illusion that disappears and you land in the dust. You pull yourself up. You spot that there are a couple more Shannas running around. You start taking a bead for the closest one. It looks like it's going towards Leoben. Purdy, you are up. You still have a Shanna in front of you. And you see a few workers from the can running towards you. You still have a turn or two before they get to you. What are you doing?
So she's right out in sorry, I was muted. So if she's right out in front of me, yeah, I'll just reach out and try to grab her by the wrists, and I'll just be like, I'll say something along the lines of like, I know this ain't you, Shanna. I know it's Zeke in there. I can help you. You just gotta let me help you. Something along those lines.
Okay. Let's do fisticuffs again.
I fail.
All right. You say this and you reach for her wrist and you grab her wrist, but your hand just clenches and goes right through, and the illusion of her disappears. Leoben, what are you doing? You have a Shanna coming towards you as well, and you see one more that's running away.
This is once again easy. Presuming when they split off, only one of them took the funk with him. Want to sniff, find the stinky one, and follow.
All right. Tracking?
Or maybe observation with
I'll
my
give you
nose.
observation.
Noservation.
When in doubt, follow your nose.
Just Gandalf and this stuff. It's fine. All right. I got to hit a 52 or less. That is a 96.
That's more.
That's
The
a little bit more.
the dice
yeah.
are not with you guys on this round. So the Shanna comes towards you, and you take a big whiff, and you don't get the smell of coyote piss. And as soon as you do that, you start disbelieving that she's running towards you, and she disappears there.
Okay.
Shanna, you are continuing to run. What would you like to be doing here? As there is no more illusions of you running around.
That's a great question. She's gonna keep running.
Okay.
Uh,
Let's do athletics then.
okay. I got a 36 and I needed a 60.
The rest of you see the Shanna running and going right past the workers from the can and turns a corner and gets away. As far as you can see, like you miss the eyesight here. All right. The workers from the can have about one more turn before they actually get to you guys. Vint, what would you like to be doing?
Was I able to observe her run off into the corner?
Yes, you were able to see the direction she went and the corner she turned around.
I'd like to not follow her path, but take another path to see maybe if I can cut her off to where she's running.
Okay. Let's do like a navigation.
Navigation. All right. I'll use one of my jacks here. Get a 35.
We have audience dice too, don't forget.
I got a 69. Not enough.
We don't have any audience.
Okay.
We're out.
Oh, we're out now. Okay. You start running, and you try to cut her off, and you pick the best route you can. And it actually was a good route, but she just had a little bit too much distance on you. And you see her running past. You weren't able to get in front of her. You're just behind her. That brings us to Purdy.
So when you say she got away, is this like we could roll an observation to see if I know which way she went, or is this
you know the direction she went very clearly. You don't need to roll to see it. It would just be like basically back into the chase rules of trying to catch up with her.
Okay. So where does he see Leoben and Vint?
Vint ran basically through an alley behind you, the same general direction as Shanna went. You can piece together that he was trying to cut her off. Leoben is fairly close to you. He has not gotten too far yet.
Okay. I will then just follow Vint, I think, if that's the case.
Okay.
Yeah.
What skill would you like to be using here?
Do I need to use a skill just to follow Vint?
No. I'm just trying to say if you have a strategy or a tactic, basically for the chase to get a couple jacks.
I mean, I already hit like 6 jacks before and nothing happened.
That's true.
So
you did catch her. You caught her.
I'm just going to follow Vint if that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Leoben, what are you doing? Are you going the same direction?
Yeah, like snake children and disappearing ladies. Very confused, but it's exciting. So Yeah, I'm gonna hang back a little bit and follow Vent from a distance, just in case like she actually has snake fingers, because I might have convinced myself
You
I did so
deceived yourself.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
I did so good. That silver tongue.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna let Vent take the brunt and then swoop in for the save. Sorry,
Okay.
Vent.
Would you like to be trying to use a skill here or just running?
Just observation, just making sure I keep my eyes on Vent.
Yeah, we'll be able to say that you can keep your eyes on him without needing to roll.
Yeah.
We could do an observation if you could try to see her as well.
Sure.
We have 3
Okay.
more dice now, Chuck.
All right.
And I think you have one more complication, Steve.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Keep an eye off for old snake fingers. Don't want to get bit or slapped or both. Same time. It's going to be 52. That's 12. That's no, it would have to be 47, but still success.
Success. Yes.
With like 8 jacks tied to that too.
You're going to see the direction she's running. You're going to be able to pull Purdy with you. You call out to Vint, say that you're going around. And Shanna, I need one more skill from you. Let's do another athletics here. Actually, no, I'm going to use a complication here. I'm going to use my second complication. So you guys are being chased by the workers from the can as well right now. And as you start chasing after Shanna, you go around a corner and you see that Shanna's not running anymore. She is standing in a back alley and she's got her hand on the shoulder of someone. You recognize it as little Petey, the little boy that you saved from Arc 2, who's been hanging around town and doing odd jobs for you all. You see Shanna's talking to him, and he kind of looks confused, like what they're talking about. But she has a bit of a smile on her face.
Story clarification question here. Does little Petey have parents?
No, he was an orphan to start with.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
The posse did not kill his parents either.
Cool.
All right, so let's go back into initiative. Shanna, we're going to skip your turn for now. Hope you don't mind. And we'll start at the top with Vint. So Vint, you're going to be coming back from one side. And Leoben and Purdy were able to spot and go around. They're going to be coming from the other side of the building. So we're kind of split up here. What are you doing, Vint?
When I see them in the alley, I'll shout out, "Step away from the boys, Shanna." And I'll tell P to come near me as I close in on them.
Yeah, give me a convince for Petey.
Convenience. Oof. A 12 in that.
You got this, man. Just don't roll an 11 or anything above a 13.
24, unfortunately.
All right. Petey takes a step towards you, and you see Shanna's hand just grip a little tighter, and he kind of winces a little bit and doesn't move any closer. Purdy and Leoben, you two are coming around the corner. You see this as well. What are you doing, Purdy?
Okay. And so are we like seeing like Shanna's like the face with Petey, or are we seeing like them from behind?
Like a side.
Okay.
She's basically facing one side of the street. So Vint can like see her right side and you guys can see her left side.
Okay. Jeez. What am I doing? Theology? No. Can I... Man, I don't really have good communication skills other than expression, and I don't think that really makes sense here. So, I think I'll just go try to run up and intersperse myself between PD and Shanna.
Yeah. We don't actually need a check for that. You can see that Shanna's got a slightly different type of demeanor here. She's just softly conversing with PD, and you don't actually know what she's saying. And even as you get closer, you still can't hear. But PD does seem to be like looking her in the eye and understanding what she's saying. He's kind of nodding along in the way he does. Like you always see him eager to please. And he kind of has that same sort of expression on his face. And you get up and you're able to like just softly put yourself in front of him. And it breaks her eye contact. Shauna, we're going to jump to you then.
Can I roll an observation to see if I hear what's been saying?
Absolutely.
So I have a decently high observation here. 65 under 70. And I've been rolling like a lot of 60 somethings.
65 under 70.
Yeah.
Shanna, do you have an idea of what you're saying to him?
Yeah, she's actually instructing him to get items that she needs for her seance. And on top of that, she's whispering these horrific things about snakes. And then Purdy, you'll hear as her voice changes. Now, my dumbass son here, he don't listen. So you potentially will be my next marked son. And before you're able to intersperse between them, Shanna does do like this mark along his forehead as you come up, and she shoos him along.
And that'll bring us to Leobin then. It's going to be fair to say that you're like hot on the heels of Purdy. What are you doing?
Out of breath. Don't do much running. I want to catch up. And Purdy, she's not one of the good ones, right?
No, she ain't. And don't let that boy get away, anybody.
Oh, shit. All right. I'll put my gun back. And I'll just kick the kid's feet out from underneath of him.
The kid of all people. Fisticuffs.
Purdy said, don't let the kid go. How many audience dice do we have?
Not many. We're down to we have 3. Melissa gave us 3.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'll use my jacks because I've got 3, meaning my fisticuffs is up to a 39 minus my what's it? That's a 34. $77 good.
77. All right. So it's a critical fail.
Yeah.
How does this look? How does this critical failure look?
Oh, God. I go to try and kick his feet out, but I am out of breath. And, kids just run different in Australia, and it just throws my pacing off. So I take that hard kick, and I just like miss and just like kick the dirt real hard with the toe of my boot. Just spiral flat on my back in the dust in this alley. Got him.
Small cloud of dust erupts as Leoben finds himself on the flat of the back. We're going to drop out of combat here. So no more initiative. Pete looks down at Leoben and looks up at Purdy like, what's wrong, father?
Don't listen to a word she said to you, son. Okay? Just sit there. Just come on over here. Come on over by me. Don't listen to a word she says. That ain't her.
Oh,
That's someone else in her.
she just wanted me to fetch some things for her. She offered me a nickel.
Well,
Listen, kid. Do what Padre says. He knows.
Purdy, why'd you have to leave me behind?
come on over here, Petey. Don't listen to nothing she says. I'll give you 2 nickels.
You said you would protect me,
Come on, son.
and then you left me behind.
Don't listen to words she's
Don't
got to
listen to
say.
him,
She's just
Petey.
playing tricks.
Give me a personality skill here, Purdy.
Expression.
Is there an assist mechanic in this?
What, you want to kick him again?
No, I was backing Purdy up on that. Like,
Good
listen
cop,
to-
bad cop. Come on.
Listen to Padre. Come on.
Yeah. What are you doing to assist?
Well, he's doing an expression test. I'll do a convince along with him. Like, come on, Purdy's telling the truth here. She ain't right. She's done snake finger killed a whole pack of orphans back over there.
Hang on, I gotta type that out.
Give Purdy, you get an extra 20%.
Nice.
Says the guy who kicked his feet out.
Tried to.
Chuck just gives me all these options for the thumbnail. She done snake killed a pack of orphans back there.
She done
Rattlesnake
finger
fingers.
snake killed
Yeah.
a goddamn right.
Yeah, it's like the lady with orphans' rattlesnake fingers is gonna set them all on fire. Oh, okay. So am I allowed to do expression? I'm not sure expression really.
Yeah, expression
applies here. You sure? Okay,
Yeah. I mean,
it's up to you.
there's probably some desperation in your voice. I would say that counts for expression.
Okay, it's a 36, and with the plus 10 from the open, right?
20.
Plus 20, so it's a 36 under 90.
Wow. All right, so you got 6 jacks banked up, and Petey does. Sorry,
No,
5.
actually, no 6 because I get the extra because of expression, because of books, words, and traditions.
Yeah. Petey does seem to listen to you, and he backs away from her, and he kind of like steps behind you, Purdy, to just like put you between her.
Okay, where's Vint, by the way?
He's right there with you guys.
Vint, you want to get some check her for weapons and got a binder or something?
Yeah, I'll pull out some rope and just wrap it around Shayna.
Okay. Shanna, are you okay with that?
Yeah, she'll allow it.
All right. You have successfully tied up your compatriot after burning her house down and attempting to kick an orphan. This is the perfect time to do a giveaway. All right.
Back to you, Steven.
So, Shanna, you have coils of rope wrapped around you right now. Purdy is sermonizing and praying in a fervor as this is happening. What are the 3 of you not communicating with our giveaway winner doing?
Make sure Petey stays within arm reach. Don't want him running away.
Yeah, I'll get up and keep a hand on Petey.
Mister,
Lady,
were you trying to kick me or did you just trip?
Oh, no, I was totally trying to kick you, kid. It was for your own good, though.
All right.
See how they treat women and children, Petey? You really
Listen.
want to associate with that?
Petey, I don't know
Mr.
you, Petey.
Freeman did tell me that he robbed his mom.
Oh, I robbed Mr. Freeman's mom.
Yeah,
I
didn't
didn't.
you?
I sold her quality choice homeopathic medicinal goods.
That's not what he said.
Well,
He said you owe her $1.
nah,
Robbing
I'm good with that.
women? Wow.
Listen, snake finger lady,
My name's Shauna.
Shauna. Why?
Why? What?
I don't know. I'm new to all this. I have no idea what's going on.
All right, Shauna.
Why was I abandoned by my friends?
It's
Couldn't tell
probably
you.
the
You'd have
snake
to ask.
fingers.
We saw your boots at the butcher. We just want to know what you're doing there.
What else would I be doing there? I was communing with the dead.
Communing with the dead.
Yeah, I can
What?
talk to dead animals.
It's talking to the butchered cows.
Yeah.
For what reason?
Sometimes you just like to see what they have to say. Granted, it's usually moo, but I love cows. I've always loved cows.
As you guys are conversing here, Leoben, you've started to catch your breath finally. The workers from the can come into view. They're not running anymore. They're walking, and Bowlin is leading them again. And she calls out, "Oh, good, you've caught her. We'll be taking her now."
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why?
Doesn't matter why. She's ours. We've had prior dealings, and she owes us.
No. This is our catch.
Oh, I beg to differ.
Listen, no need to get heated, but dibs. So, away. Go on. Make like a wallaby and bounce.
Mister, I'm afraid I don't know your name, but I do have a rather important question to ask you.
Yeah.
Are you willing to die over this?
I'll look to Vent for reassurance. Like, is this the right thing?
Purdy will speak up if Vent doesn't, and he'll just say, I am. Are you? And not just death, mind you, but eternal damnation, your very soul burning forever. Because that's what's at stake here. And then talk about prior dealings. There ain't anyone here who's been dealing with Shanna here more and longer than I. So if anyone has, what was the word there, Leoben? Dibs.
Dibs.
It's me.
Purdy, you see a fire in her eyes just flicker for a second. Priest, I've seen the fires of hell. I am not scared.
Hey, you saying it right? Are you Zeke?
No.
It's just what Zeke would say.
Tell you what. She's causing a problem for you. She's causing a problem for me. Hand her over. There won't be any more problem.
That's not going to happen.
Bowlin looks at the workers and just gives them a little nod. They start drawing their weapons. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
I shoot. Ciao.
I'll spend grit to get +5 to the initiative roll.
Ooh, nice.
Does grit come back?
It does after like an arc.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've got 4 out of 3 grit. I'm going to do that too.
16 on initiative.
Nice.
Nice job.
10.
Purdy, what'd you get?
17.
17. All right.
9
And
plus 3
Shauna,
plus
what'd you
5.
get?
Oh, I'm rolling.
Yes, yeah.
I
You're
presumed
rolling
I wasn't. 'Cause
D10 plus your initiative.
I was trapped.
You are still trapped, yes.
Uh, 5 plus 4. 9.
All right. That brings us to Purdy first. Vint, you are on deck. Purdy, what are you doing as you see them reaching for their holsters?
Okay. I would like to tap into my mediator peculiarity in this particular case. And I am naturally calm, rarely losing my temper, and people trust my sense of fairness. You can make quick correlations between different societies and find common ground. So I can score a bonus jack on successful nonviolent calls, trying to diffuse conflicts. Do you think that would apply here?
I would say it absolutely could, yes.
So this would basically, this is for like a scholar test, I think is what it is. Like a scholar cultures test, and it would reduce difficulty or something like that. So I guess I would say something along the lines of, there's no need for further violence here. If she's been a problem for you, she's been a problem for us. We can certainly work together, but you're not taking her anywhere. You can stay here with us until my business is completed, and we can talk more about what it is you want from her. But if your fellas continue to draw those guns, I guarantee you, my fellow over here, and I'll look over at Vint, is going to draw it faster, and is going to put your fellas down. I don't want to see that happen.
Let's get your roll.
All right. I'm going to use some of my own jacks to buff this up. So it says it says I'm not sure exactly how this works. It says reduce scholar culture penalties 1 increment for all interactions. I don't know what that means. So do you want me to just roll scholar, or do you want me to roll something else?
Yeah, just straight.
Straight what? I'm sorry.
Like a normal straight scholar, yeah. Normally scholar has like a study, but because we're doing such short, scholar is fine.
I think he just said, I'm a very pretty man. My hair is beautiful, and Jeff, just do whatever you want. Right?
I
That's
did
what
hear
Yes, basically, I did.
fine.
Basically heard that.
No, I heard
sorry,
the pretty
Will.
part. It came through clear.
30.
Jeff, you are such a pretty man.
Thank you.
That you can just do whatever you want.
32,
and scholar's fine.
32 under 80.
All right. Looking at them, there's the 3 workers and her. You can see that you've not made a dent in her, but the 3 workers are hesitating. They were reaching down for their holsters, and their hands kind of slowly draw back up, and they start to slowly back away. They kind of look at each other. They don't look at her, but you can tell that they've definitely lost a lot of their edge here as they start slowly backing away.
Go with God.
Is that a full round action there?
No, because it doesn't specifically designate that an action of any kind. It's just
Okay.
whenever I do it. So it's whatever you wanted to call that, basically. It's not like my other ones.
Let's say it takes place at like your movement. So you could still do a primary action or something like that.
Okay. So I guess, man, I don't usually get to do these. So can I just like, lend aid to somebody or something? Do 1 posse? I don't know.
Yeah, I think spending a grit allows you to give someone else 20% of their roll.
No, like there's a
in-
primary action called 1 posse, which is to lend aid to
Oh, okay,
another.
okay. Yeah, go ahead. Who are you lending aid to?
Vint, if I see
Vint is on deck, yes.
Yeah, if I see that she's not backing down, can I make an observation check just to see if there's like a like a specific weak spot, like if she's got like armor that's on her, or if she's got like a leather jerkin, something like that, and I'll just be like, nape of the neck, something like that.
Yeah, you don't need to make an observation, but you can tell she appears to be completely normal human right now, just wearing a dress right now. Yep.
Yeah, I did.
said what I said.
I heard the right now thing. That was a weird phrase to tack on to that statement.
Just wearing a dress, doesn't appear to have any sort of armor. Any sort of hit to a human should be the same as her. Like, it doesn't appear like she has a weak spot.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, the penalty is the bonus is whatever you I think are supposed to give it. Like it's because it's different from my normal thing. So it's just whether you think it's however the quality of the bonus you think it should be. And usually it's like 1, 5, 10, or 20 between like subpar to master level. So one of those tiers, whatever you think.
Okay. I normally do 20 for helping. So you get the 20. We can say that Purdy can just recognize that the fire in her eyes is not going out, and that she's going to fight. And he just kind of calls out to you, take her out first, or something along those lines. Is that good then, Purdy? Anything else?
No, I think that's it for me. Yeah.
Okay, Vint, you're up.
So you said the 2 grunts backed off.
Yes, the 3 of them are backing away. They're still like within range if you wanted to go after them, but you can tell that the fight has left them.
Let's see. I'll still quick draw my rifle, and then I'm gonna aim at the main lady and fire, but it's gonna like miss by a hair.
In an attempt to like intimidate?
Like like a warning shot sort of deal.
Go ahead and roll intimidation or something along those lines. Maybe even long arms. I would take that just because you're like trying to fire.
Yeah, I'll do the long arms because I'm actually shooting. A 37 under 75.
Okay. Your shot, you quick draw, you line it up perfectly. And it blasts right over her shoulder. You see the tufts of her hair get pulled out of her bun and start floating in the wind. Like that's how perfectly you aimed it. She doesn't even move. Not the slightest reaction of fear or anything like that. Would you like to move?
I'll just stay put.
Okay. I will say that because you shot that, she looked like she was about to move forward. It's her turn right now. But combined with the rest of the guys behind her leaving and you firing the shot, she has this look of anger, and then it softens, and you can see that she's slowly raising her arms up. Well, I suppose I'm outnumbered now. You wouldn't hurt a woman, would you? A lady like me? There's no reason for violence. I want resolve tests from all 4 of you. So this is where you roll the d20, and you have to get under the number at the top of the box. Birdie, I'm sure you passed with your 19.
16.
Roll a 20, fail.
Oh,
Got a 5 pass.
12 pass. I did it.
Those of you who failed, which I think is just Vint, you said, right?
Yes, I did.
You feel a supernatural terror kind of course through you. And for a second, you feel the urge to just run. You fight that urge. You push it deep down inside. You still take 3 lucidity damage here, which you can lower by your gumption. But there was something that just like coursed through you. You have the upper hand here. She looks very disarming, and yet you just felt terrified of her. That's going to be her turn. And it brings us to Leoben. Shanna, you're on deck.
Yeah. Especially after her, you wouldn't hurt a lady with that, smug look.
Leoben's like, yes, I would.
I would.
Should ask her about her parentage.
Oh, I'm not going to. I am going to pull out, palming 2 of my vials of my opium. Listen, you're a little tense. I'll get that. Things have been a little here and there. Lay down, face down. Stop any weed shit you got going. Or I throw these 2 vials of nitroglycerin right at your face. And I'm going to try and talk her down with the bluff test.
Bluff? For reasons that you don't know, you're getting minus 20% on this.
Okay, so minus 25.
It is
I still got the one
difficulty.
thing. Okay. All right, so I got to hit 30 or less. I got a nice, but still fail. 69. Nice.
$69, nice. She still appears disarming. You really don't know whether she believes you or not because her face is so it's not stoic, but it's unmoving. It's unchanged by what you just said.
I should have just shot her. Okay.
It would be your quick action to draw those. And we can say it's like your movement to try and like talk to her. You still have a primary action then.
Then I'm just gonna throw my vials of opium at her face.
Throw a skill.
Okay. This is great. It's great. 62. My target was 9. I throw so bad. One of them goes behind me.
I don't know, Steve. I think 62 is an auto pass. I think it's just like 11 is the auto.
Is that how that works?
I think it's in there for some weird reason.
So you throw them, and they do go the right direction. They just didn't quite have the distance, and they shatter at the ground. The opium kind of sprays her feet a little bit. She slowly looks down. Nitroglycerin?
Yeah, I must have grabbed the wrong ones.
All right. That brings us to Shanna. What are you doing? You are tied up here next to them.
Shanna's gonna try and get out of the rope. What would you?
That would be
athletics?
like some sort of reflexes. Probably like a dodge or an acrobatics. But it would take more than a turn to get out of the ropes.
Okay, fair. So I'm gonna do dodge, and I rolled a 25, and I needed a 33.
Okay. So you start wiggling almost Houdini style, starting to loosen these ropes, and you're making progress. But you're not going to be untied this turn.
Okay.
Are you saying anything as you're doing this?
She does, she's got Zeke in her. Don't believe me? I can see him. He's standing right there, wearing her flesh. Strut. Don't believe me? Purdy, you know Zeke better than anyone. Go touch her.
I would like the three of you to give me a personality test. D20 again.
Which 3?
The three of you that weren't talking.
Personality or resolve?
Personality.
Okay.
Just to see if you can pick up any ticks in like how she's saying this or anything like that, if you believe her or not.
I rolled a
That's what the
1.
nine-
I also rolled a 9. Hey.
So pass for Purdy, pass for Leoben. And what'd you get, Vent?
I pass with a 9.
Okay. You all pass. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the doubt's not there. You feel like there could be the possibility. You haven't really gotten to talk to Shanna much with all the commotion that's happening. And this woman standing in front of you, Bao-Lin, she's definitely not acting natural either. She's acting confident, the way that someone possessed by a demon would act. Shanna, so that would be you. I'm going to say that you don't get like a free action to draw something because you are still tied up. For a minute there, Purdy, also, you do see a hint of the Shanna that you know saying that. And that brings us up to you again, Purdy, top of the round.
Okay. Purdy wants to, so if we're starting to get the sense this Lin Bao is do I see any signs on her of possession? Do I see any suggestions of any sort of these wounds here and there? It's the room, cold, like anything that might.
No. Nothing that fits your alignment with possession.
Okay. 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 I'm gonna use the word, I guess. On Lin Bao. Yeah, so I will brandish my special book of the word, the Gospel of Purdy, and I'll hold it aloft, and I will say. I always start these sentences without knowing what I'm going to say, so I have no idea where this is going to end. I will say, you claim to have seen the fires of hell. You stand here before people who have not been your enemy, and you behave in such fashion. I name you demon, then. I name you demon, I name you evil, and I put you in the same category as Zeke, for that is how I know his name. Shanna might be right and you might be within you, but it might be someone else as well. I care not your name, I care not who you are. I care only to return you to the fiery brimstone from which your putrid existence began. And I will attempt my word. Theology call. I'll burn some of my jackaroonies. And I will go. Oh, that's a D20. I should probably roll a D100. My bad. That is a 12. Holy shit, that was close. That is a 12 under a 99.
Yeah, that was close.
Very close.
Close to a Joker.
Yeah, I know, super close. I was like nervous. Okay, I will burn all 6 of the jacks that I earned, plus the 3 I just rolled to do 9 points of lucidity damage.
That is a huge amount of lucidity damage. Your words almost have a physical effect on her. Wait, they do have a physical effect on her. You see her face, which had a very clear complexion, begins to mottle and darken. And the longer you sermonize, you see like writing. Each word that you speak comes out and shows on her face in a different place. And it starts as like this darkness, and then it begins to glow and almost burn with radiance. And the flesh begins to just melt off her face, pulling away from where each letter is as you speak it. And it reveals this green visage, almost with like snake-like eyes and 2 slits for a nose, but a mouth that's much more predatory. It's got just rows and rows of fangs as the lips spread away into a smile. What else are you doing? You already did your terror test. You're good. It's your turn.
I've already fired my
Wait, they couldn't hear me say that. I gotta do it again. I gotta do it again. I will say, you have a pretty face, madam. It's gonna be such a shame when Vint shoots it the fuck off. Vint? Something like that.
No, it was perfect.
Yeah, I cut him off mid-sentence with my sounds of rifle fire.
He's just sick and tired of hearing the purdy. Like, Jesus, this guy never shuts up.
Just instinctively.
All right, go ahead and make your shot.
That showed up.
It would be a shame. Gunshot.
As you're rolling there, her workers that had been slowly backing away this entire time, after they see her face like melt away, there's a look of legitimate horror and fear, and they just scatter. They just completely run away. From behind you, Leoben, you hear Petey let out a little, and he starts to turn and run as well.
I rolled a 35 under 75. So 4 jacks.
All right, so do your 40 damage.
3d8. Ooh, I haven't rolled this in a while.
Get him. Or her.
I made some super tough demons in Arc 2, like almost as tough a creature as I could make according to the rules. And Vint was just one-shotting them left and right.
Oh, wow.
It's a 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. I can handle 9 damage. You hit her square on and leave a gaping hole in her stomach. You see there aren't organs in there, and no blood comes out. You've done a lot of damage to her. The bullet went right through, but the flesh is not really the best way to describe what's inside her. It's almost as if it's like clay or something earthy. It's a greenish color, but it doesn't appear to be flesh. What else are you doing?
Just shouting out, Leoben, don't let Peter get away.
Wait. Oh, what? I was distracted. By the... Yes.
All right, it is her turn, and she is going to rush towards you, Vint, closing the gap with insane speed here, and she is going to attempt to claw at you. She had just normal hands before, but as they move, the fingers kind of elongate, and you see that the nails are 2-3 inches long now. She's going to swipe at you. That is just barely a hit. But it is a critical, though. I needed a 65. I rolled a 55. So this claw is going to do not much damage. It's going to do 10 damage on you, Vint, as she just gets right up on you and just slices at you. You get to lower that by your gumption still.
Yeah, gumption of 4, so it's like 6 whole damage here. It's a pretty deep wound.
Yeah. The stitches that were holding together your insides come loose, and your intestines begin to start slowly pouring out one more time.
Oh, I've seen this before.
That is her whole turn. That brings us to Leoben, and Shanna, you're on deck.
So anyway, I started blasting. Yeah.
Start blasting. Let's do it.
At the kid?
It'll be short arms for pistol.
At the kid.
Yeah.
No, at the lady.
Knowingly a bit.
Yeah. All right. I'm actually good at shooting things. Maybe. Oh, I did it. 29 under 39.
29 under 39. All right, that's a success. Roll your damage.
I know I gotta look up what my gun's damage is. Oh my god.
It should be on the second page of your sheet.
I see that. Let's see. It's a D4 plus 1.
By the way, while he's doing that, we have 2 audience dice left, and we're out of Balladeer complications. So that's where we're at right now.
We really burned through them these past 2 sessions.
We burned through a lot during the chase. Tons.
Thank you to our generous audience. How much damage was that, Leoben?
2.
2. Your bullet's not as effective as Vince, but it is a much smaller gun. It lodges, it hits her in the chest, and you see a small hole in her dress, and you see that sort of green clay underneath there as well, but it's not nearly as big of a hole. Anything else on your turn?
No.
Okay. Shanna. Hold on.
I would.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, if you've got something, go ahead.
No, I don't. Go ahead.
Okay. So, can I finish getting out of the rope?
Yes.
Shanna's gonna snatch Petey. If
that would have to be an athletics test. I would also want one more dodge test to see if you can finish getting out of the rope.
Okay. So for the dodge, I'm gonna spend some. I'm gonna spend 3 of my 6 to make it 63. Which, thank God I did, because I rolled a 60. So I do get out of the rope. And then you said athletics to see if I can snatch Petey?
Yes, correct. You're going to have to... You slip out of the rope. You get it over your head. Mm-hmm. And Petey already had a head start here because he started running. So you start chasing after him. And he's like 13 or 14, so he's smaller than you, but he's still big enough that he can run pretty fast, and he's light because he's still a child too. So it's going to be a little difficult to actually catch him, but you can try to do it with athletics here.
Sounds good. I'm going to do 2 more of my things to snag him. So that makes my athletics 80. And I rolled a 55.
55. That's a critical. So we'll say that you get the ropes off, and you start running and you chase him, and you just like get him in a big old bear hug, and you hit him so hard that you almost fall to the ground, but you manage to pull up. Purdy, she's got me. Brings us to Purdy.
Okay.
You are right next to Baolin as well, who is very violently attacking Vin.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to help Vint. I'm going to do my word again. Gosh. So I'm going to do another thing, spitting venom and fire with my words. What do I say this time? Okay. Here we go. I don't know where I'm going to end up. The serpent has revealed herself. And I say to you all, do not fear a serpent, for I am a handler of such. I have been blessed by God to control these evils, to ensure their venom, their poison does not course through the veins of innocent people, and to ensure that the scales that they use to constrict round you shall not steal their breath. Instead, God has given me the gift to addle them and to bring them to heel, and so I shall. So I will attempt this once more. I will burn some of my what are they called? Jackaroonies to get up to a 99 on this. And yeah, so
I'll never know how you come up with that monologue just on the fly.
I'll use actually all three to get up to 100 on this. I don't know. I think Ashley said it right earlier. I just sort of let myself get possessed. Okay.
It really does.
That is a 42. Great number. 42 under 100, which is going to be a total of 6 dice for me, as it's 5, but I get a bonus because it's expression. So that'll be 6 plus a d4, and I'm gonna expend a grit to roll a second d4. That's 16 points of lucidity damage to her.
16.
That was max too.
Ooh.
I couldn't do any higher than that.
That's a lot.
That's
She has a
2
toughness of
4s.
4. So that brings it down to 12. But she only had 14 left after your last hit. So she's got 2 lucidity left. You see the words again begin to sear into her skin. And this time she doesn't have like a human covering to burn away. And it starts marring her actual skin, and the words just burn and get deeper and deeper. She's still up, but she is in complete agony right now. And she's into mauled just like you guys are, or would be, with this much damage. So she got minus 15 to everything she does here. That's a full round action for you?
Yep, I am done.
All right, Vint, you are up.
It's working, Purdy. Don't stop talking. As I put my barrel against her and just fire around. $54 under 75.
All right, roll your damage here.
Ooh, a bunch of 1s. 8 damage.
8 damage. How do you want to do this?
Nice. As my intestines are falling out from beneath me, I lift the barrel of my rifle, last round in the chamber, right under her chin, and just blow her head off.
No blood, no brains, no bones go flying, but this green clay, almost as if it was like a clay pot full of dirt. It just breaks and cracks and scatters. The rest of her body falls down, and you see a couple shards of her face spray out. One of them falls on the ground here, and you see it just has a little bit of Purdy's sermon here. You just see scales closing around you, or however Purdy said that. Anything else on your turn? That was your action, so you could still definitely move towards Shanna right now.
Yeah, I can close the distance on Shanna. Make sure she doesn't do anything fishy.
Okay. Right now, she's not necessarily acting like threatening towards Petey. She's just holding on to him. So you get right up next to her because she only had a turn of movement. You have a turn of movement. You're right there with her. That brings us to the dead demon's turn. So we're going to skip her. That brings us to the bandits. We're going to skip them. Leoben, what are you doing?
Boy, I had no idea. she's dead, and I guess Vince chasing after Shanna. I'll go that way too. Yell out, stop, I've got nitroglycerin.
You are able to move over there. I don't think your nitroglycerin bluff's going to work again.
No.
But you do still have an action that if you would like to take it.
I mean, she's not hurting Petey. He said that.
You guys did say to get the boy. I don't know what voice that was. Don't question it.
It was Vince said that to Leoben.
Yeah. Good job. Nice. High fives all around. Saved the kid, killed the thing. I think we should go get drinks.
All right. That would bring us to Shanna and the end of the round. So Shanna, what is the case that you're making and we're dropping out of combat?
At this point, Shanna and Petey start laughing at the same time. Especially as Shanna's like got her hand on his shoulder, so you just hear and they continue to speak in unison, and you hear as Shanna's voice is different than it usually is. I knew my son would defeat that cow of a woman that's been hunting me. Thank you for that. Don't think I owe you anything, though. Come on, Purdy. Don't you want to talk to me, son?
I shoot her.
Oh boy.
I'm down for
Anyways,
that.
I started blasting.
You saw what Purdy did at the end of the last session. He don't fuck
Go
when
ahead
it
and
comes
roll.
to Zeke, man. Okay. Let's see. Short arms, not my best skill. I feel bad. This might not hit. It actually hits 24 under 30. It hits
24 under 30.
24 under 30. It's not a great weapon though.
Yeah, don't we have like the same weapon?
It's the Remington. It's that shitty one. 4 points of damage.
All
right. Yeah, you hit her with the pistol.
And so while that's happening,
taking aim so that you. Sorry, go ahead.
So while that's happening, I'm just like, don't call me son. As I like slowly like do like a dramatic walk towards Shanna.
As you're walking towards Shanna, you're saying, "Don't call me son." With each shot, you feel this divine fury. You've only felt this one time before, and it was the first time you were exercising Zeke. You felt it's weird to say possessed, but you almost felt possessed by a higher power, a more positive power. You feel the Holy Spirit working through you. And this is the second time in your life you felt this. With each bullet of the gun, you feel a little release, and then the energy builds, and there's another release as you pull the trigger again, and then it builds again. Shanna gets hit by each shot. It spins her around. She lets go of Pete. Pete scrambles away. You shoot her again. She spins one more time and starts to fall. You shoot her one more time. Hit her again. She's spinning midair as she falls to the ground. You see her. She's got multiple bullet wounds. She's lying on the ground. You can see she's still alive, but there's the damage you did. The pistol is not that powerful, but it had such an impact on her that you've never seen your gun that before. What are the rest of you doing?
I don't want to be left out.
Should I let
Is
her
this gonna be a
surface,
scout
Purdy?
moment?
Should I let Shanna bleed out here on the fucking street?
I am the spirit, and the Lord wields me. He will protect her for when she
No, he
leaves
won't.
this life.
He won't protect you for killing an innocent.
Purdy doesn't even phase him at this point.
Leoben and Vint, what are you two doing?
Shooting.
Shooting. Go ahead and roll your shot. Vint, what are you doing?
I'll just watch Purdy's back here, like back him up in his words, like convince this demon Zeke, just get out of this body.
You can kill this body, but it's not going to kill me.
Does Petey, like when she's talking right now, is Petey saying the same stuff, by the way?
Not anymore. As soon as you hit her the first time, it broke whatever connection they had. So Leoben, you rolled your shot.
Oh no. I was just shooting. Yeah.
We'll call it a narrative success. You're gonna hit her.
I failed.
But go ahead and roll. You still hit her. Go ahead and roll your damage. Though.
Roll damage.
Three.
Okay, so Shanna, this one you can actually lower by your gumption. You still hit her, Leoben, but it's kind of like a soft flesh wound. Doesn't really seem to be doing too much here. Purdy, you're walking up. What are your final words to Zeke and to Shanna here?
Okay. So, one thing I'm actually curious about is, have I ever, I can't remember what we decided on. Did I remember his name? Like, I always called him Old Zeke, but I can't remember if we ever.
Ezekoth.
Yeah, okay. So I will like stand over top, like, and at this point I feel like my gun's probably out of bullets. And so the power of my voice is just sort of echoing at this point. Like there's a fieriness to it that is probably more than he's ever had before. And I will just kind of go through the names of like every person that I know that Zeke has defeated or has kind of possessed and killed, one after the other. And the last one I'll end on is Shanna, as Purdy has written her off sort of in some ways. And he will say, "Return now to the hell from whence you came, Ezekoth. Return to oblivion." And then I'll just kind of, I'll just sort of shout that down. And then he'll, like in a much quieter tone, he'll just say, "And Lord, I have not always been true, but protect Shanna. Take her under your wing, give her shelter. And whatever sins she committed, in whoever's name it was, I shall bear them when I go, not her." That's it.
And before Purdy pulls that trigger, Ashley, what are Shanna's last words? Not Zeke's, Shanna's.
Shanna, you notice she has like a brief moment of clarity, and like it's actually Shanna there, and she kind of tries to push herself up a little bit, and she looks at Purdy and she says, "Do it. You've been working your whole life for this, and if you have to take mine, do it. It's not worth anything anyways."
A gunshot rings out through the streets. Maybe a tear falls from Purdy's eye.
He'll just say, "Goodbye, darling."
As her body just collapses to the ground.
Small cloud of dust. And the credits begin to roll. Well, thank you all so much. It's been a lot of fun playing with you all. Had a lot of fun. Ashley, I appreciate you jumping in last minute with the expectation that you would be murdered by the party. We did talk about that ahead of time, that she would die. So I appreciate you doing this and helping me out as a DM running the NPC for me. The rest of you, thank you for being good sports about killing another player. I appreciate that. Let's do some plugs. Chuck, what do we got going on at DOK?
That's me. Yeah, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central, we're doing All Fear the Ishtar, our alien campaign. We're on Space Pirates this chapter, so a lot of fun there. Jeff's over there for that. Friday, we should be firing up our Heart campaign. It'll be session 1. Joe's running it, and we've all mutually decided as players to make it as chaotic and haphazard as we possibly can. Just keep Joe on his toes. That's it. I don't know what Saturday is. Saturday's New Year's Eve. We ain't doing anything that day anyway. So yeah, that's what we got.
You should make sure that everyone plays a mechanically weird and imbalanced character in Heart, just for Joe.
Just for Joe.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, that would drive Joe up the wall.
It would be hard to do that in Heart. Mechanically weird character in Heart's hard to do. They're all weird.
Yeah.
Play a really normal character. Just flip the script.
That's just
Everyone's
absolutely
named Joe.
mundane.
Everyone's just like a cubicle.
Everyone's named Joe.
Yeah, that's it.
What do we got going on with Lollygaggers?
Let's see. Friday, we're back to Hunter the Reckoning after a few weeks off, as we are hitting the final arc of that campaign. We have like 3 sessions left, I think. And so we'll pick that up on Friday. Saturday, no, we're going to do a game during the afternoon on New Year's. Long's not going to be there, so I'm not doing Wondering. So we're going to play some, what's it called? A Town Called Malice, an old GM-less game. We've run it a couple times here on the channel. So we're going to bust that out and have a little fun with that. And then Monday, we're back to Holler for Savage Worlds. You can see Chuck in that one. And then, And then what next, Steven? Well, you're taking your talents to South Beach or something? Or does anyone get that?
Yeah, DOK gave me a better offer. So Chuck's like, wait, I did.
I don't.
No.
Chuck's like, I don't want them, and I'm like, I don't want them. Oh, jeez.
No, I will be back here with Lollygaggers on Tuesdays. We will be taking a couple weeks off to retool, prep a new campaign. We're going to be changing systems, changing genres. Be looking for us around the end of January is when we should be coming back with a new campaign.
All right, man. Well,
That's exciting.
I'm very excited. Are you breaking the news yet of what it is? I'm not sure if you've...
I don't think we should until we actually have a name for it yet.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Oh,
That's a good point. That's a good point. Okay, so thanks to everyone who hung out tonight. Thank you for all those bits and subs and all that kind of stuff. Thanks, congratulations to Turandin for the win. Thank you to Darker Hue Studios and IPR for supplying the book. And Steven, thank you for running the game. It's been awesome, man. It's been awesome.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you for letting me torture you all.
Thank you to Extel. Thank you to my Trey. Thank you to Sid, Obsidian Sid, who played in previous acts or chapters as well. And of course, Melissa, who's in the chat right now. I think that was like the full crew. Did I miss anybody?
Yes, it was. I think so.
All right, man. We're going to go ahead and raid Lost Caravan RPG then. So one more pun, Steven, for the road.
Oh, put me on the spot. That's not very punny of you.
That's literally like every sermon I have to do.
What's a good Western pun?
That's why I turned to you.
I don't have a good pun. Let's go.
Goodness.
I'm letting you all down.
All right. Follow the raid. We'll see y'all later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.